Hi. These days, creating AI agents and systems has become incredibly easy thanks to the availability of powerful tools and platforms. Pre-trained models and no-code platforms further simplify the process, allowing developers to focus on solving real-world problems rather than reinventing the wheel. One such low-code platform is LangFlow, and today we'll be exploring it. Here's the official website. Their tagline is "Ditch the black box, drag, drop, and deploy," and it truly lives up to that promise. LangFlow offers incredible controllability, taking you from notebook to production seamlessly. Publishing AI apps is no longer a headache, and it supports integration with hundreds of tools to enhance your workflows. Plus, you can even install it locally for more flexibility. And here's the coolest part. Just yesterday, I found out that IBM is acquiring DataStax, the parent company of LangFlow. Exciting times for AI innovation. Once you log in with your Google account, GitHub account, or email ID, you'll be able to select an option to proceed. I'll be choosing the Simple Agent Framework template. These templates are designed to speed up the process and make it easier to get started. Now let's talk a little about the features. On the left, you'll see all the components available. You can simply search for what you need, and there are tens of bundles to choose from, including integrations with NVIDIA, Google, and many others. The process is straightforward. Search for the component you want and drag it into your workspace. For this specific template, we have several components already set up: a URL component, a calculator, a chat input, an agent, and a chat output component. To proceed further, we'll need an API key to call the language model. I've already copied my OpenAI API key, and now I'm setting a variable for it, naming it OpenAI_API. This step ensures the system can connect to the language model and start functioning. It's that simple. As you can see, it has been saved successfully and can be called whenever we run the flow. Next, I'm going to add a tool that requires a bit of setup. I visited the Composio website, where thousands of external tools can be integrated seamlessly. For this tutorial, I've chosen Google Calendar, which allows you to create new events using natural language. This assistant can be incredibly helpful for managing your daily activities. To get started, you simply need to authenticate the Google account you want the calendar to access and update. As you can see, I've already granted access to Composio. Once authenticated, I close the tab and return to the Composio website. In the natural language execution box, I entered my query: to create a meeting 1 hour from now, lasting 10 minutes. Then I clicked on Generate. After that, I ran the flow by clicking the Run button, and you can see the action being generated along with the parameters being updated. And there you go. When I checked my Google Calendar, the event had been successfully created. This means everything is working perfectly, and we're good to go. To do this properly, you need to specify the time at which you want to schedule the meeting, the title of the meeting, and its duration. This step is important to ensure everything is set up correctly. Once that's done, you can feel free to explore and experiment with the other features. Next, I copied the API key from the Composio website, which is available in the upper right corner. This key is essential for integrating my Composio account with LangFlow. Once I had the key, I pasted it to create a new variable called Composio_AP. This variable is used to call Google Calendar. I already had a variable set up, but to demonstrate the process, I created a new one for you. After setting up the variable, the next step is to refresh and wait for the system to update. Once that's done, you can choose the app you want to integrate. In my case, it's Google Calendar. After selecting the app, refresh again. If you see a green tick, that means everything is set up correctly and ready to go. Now, here's an important step. You need to carefully select the action you want to execute. This is a crucial part of the process to ensure the flow works as intended. Once the action is selected, the component should be connected to the agent. As you can see, you can also modify the component if needed, and you even have the option to create your own custom components. With everything set up, the next step is to test our flow and see it in action. Let's move on to that. On the upper right corner of the LangFlow website, you'll find a feature called Playground, where you can test your flow by asking your query. It's such a cool and convenient tool. Sorry, my laptop is getting a bit hot with this screen recording. Anyway, in the chat box, I'm writing my query, asking the agent to create a meeting on the 3rd of March from 11 a.m. UTC for 45 minutes with the title LangFlow Test. Like I mentioned earlier, this step is important. You need to have all the API keys set up, connect the components properly, and ensure your query includes the timing, duration, and title of the event. As you can see, the agent is working, and you can even view the log to track the process. Ideally, this happens very quickly. And there you go. My Google Calendar has been updated with the new event I just requested. It's that simple. One thing I must mention is that the documentation of LangFlow is absolutely amazing, very detailed and easy to follow. If you ever get stuck at any point, feel free to go through the docs for guidance.